her.
Okay.
They founded this Edu Creatives, that is a big movement, a wonderful group, and I think we have a lot to learn from them. So let's go for it. Are you ready?
Okay. I invite Robert to move the presentation, because it's better for me if I want to explain and not to. Can I do that?
Sure.
Yes. Okay, Robert. We can. Podemos empezar, Roberto.
Okay.
Robert is in another city of Mexico, and the name of that city is Cuernavaca, the place where it's always spring. Because it has a nice weather all the year. Okay, empezamos. We start. Roberto, ¿puedes compartir la...?
¿Yo? Ok.
Sí. Es más fácil.
I'm sorry, it's the first time Robert with us in the session, isn't it?
Yes, it's the first time.
Oh, okay. So first of all, let me
introduce him.
Sorry. Roberto, you can introduce yourself. Here we have also Anders. Say hello, Anders, and from Sweden, and our friend Simon from Tanzania.
Hey,
Roberto.
So please introduce yourself and let's go for it, okay?
Okay, puedes tú presentarte, por favor. Si quieres, preséntate en español.
¿En español?
Sí, o si quieres. Y Lula que te presente en inglés.
Ok. Hola, yo soy Roberto.
I am Roberto.
Aquí estoy. Yo soy Roberto y vivo en la ciudad de Cuernavaca.
I live in Cuernavaca City.
Soy profesor actualmente desde preescolar hasta bachillerato.
Currently, I'm teaching K-12 grades since kindergarten to high school.
En el área de tecnología, eso es a lo que yo me dedico. Anteriormente fui profesor de la Universidad Pedagógica.
Teaching educational technology, and before that, I was a teacher in the Pedagogic University, National Pedagogic University. Continúa.
Pues ya aquí estamos a la orden.
And he's great and he's always very creative, and he's always finding new solutions, and he's our best person that helps us in everything. We love him.
Okay, Veronica, sorry, I don't understand. Are you going to start your presentation? Are you going to share the screens, things like that? You are going to head it. Okay. Okay. Welcome, Roberto. We are very happy to have you here. We have heard about you a lot already, and all your activities and contribution to Edu Creativos.
Edu Creativos.
So bienvenido.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Okay.
Entonces voy a compartir la pantalla con la presentación de Verónica.
Sí, por favor. Es mejor que
empecemos
porque ya pasa mucho tiempo. Oh.
Sí.
I'm sorry, every time I try to speak Spanish, I speak Italian. Sorry. Okay, let's go for it.
Okay, I'm going to talk. This presentation is about our group. Our group name is Edu Creativos. And we're going to talk about who are we, what are we doing, and why are we a team, and what do we do together. Okay, at the first, you're gonna know about us. You can see the Roberto's is showing us. Robert?
Ya. Ya.
Okay.
¿Sí se ve o no se ve?
Yes, yes. Can you see it?
Empieza ahí.
Okay.
I can see it.
Yes, who we are. We are an independent team of teachers and students of different educational levels with different backgrounds, with common interests and objectives within the educational field. We believe that the school of life must have actions where creativity is a constant. Teachers must be guides in the process of education learning, and we have worked on the use and outside of technology inside and outside of classroom. This is the photograph we have with Mitch Resnick in our last trip to Boston. This conference Scratch 2016. Well, another? Otra? These are the Educativos founders. I organized this group because we need space to make what we would like to do in workshops, conference, and everything. And this is the founders of this group. And the first one, I am a kindergarten teacher and master in computer science and education. Roberto Ceguera, elementary school teacher and teacher training in computing. Maria de Lourdes Lula Garcia, systems engineer and technology teacher. Yolanda Campos, she is our master chief in pedagogy and math. Leticia Cerda, she's a system engineer and technology teacher. Marina Vicario, she's a degree computer science, and she is doctorate in pedagogy. And Roberto Saavedra, he is master in science. All together, I'm going to talk about who I am and why we are all together. La que sigue, Roberto. Okay, where do we live? We live in Mexico. All we live in Mexico, but in different cities. Veronica, Yolanda, and Marina, we live in Mexico City. Lula lives in Jalapa, Veracruz. Roberto lives in Cuernavaca, Morelos. Leticia in the state of Mexico. Different cities, different works, but we are always in touch using the technology. Most of the time, we are talking by iPhone or cellular phone or by Hangout. La que sigue. How we met. Okay, all of us knew each other as members in the Mexican Society of Computing in Education, SOMESE. SOMESE is a huge society. It was founded in 1986 by engineers from the Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico at the end of the third International Symposium on Computing in Early Childhood Education. Those engineers want to put the technology near the children, and then they make that symposium for early childhood education, and each one of us has participated in conference, keynotes, expert panels, workshop presentations, or many things. And this is the place, this is our house where we met us. Let's see. We began to be a team in this encounter, the Child and Youth Encounter of 2008 in Jalapa, Veracruz. Our guest was Lula and her college, Colegio Las Hayas in Jalapa, Veracruz, they open their arms for us to make the encounter. This little face you can see there is the little face of a Totonaca children. It's a culture, the native culture of that place. And then there is a cartoon, because they are always laughing. We recognize that faces like the laughing faces. It's and it was the logo of our encounter. And I'm going to tell you about the innovations, because this was the 17th encounter from 2002. In 1986, it was the third when SOMECE was founded. But in this encounter, we can make our best innovation in that encounter. That's why it was the first way to try to do different things. And what was our innovation in that encounters? Because it's children of different places of Mexico who are invited from the Academy of Science, and they paid for that children to come to every encounter, and they have their own works in the libraries of their states, and always to the encounter they need to go with a guide or somebody who are with them. And in those encounters we need to work with the coaches' libraries, and this was one of the things we made with Lego and Scratch workshops for children and young people and the library coaches. In this encounter, we work with little teachers who are in Lula's school, teaching. These kids teach to other children and to teachers or to the family of those children, and we need to show what are they doing. The robotic and Mexican champions, it was another innovation, because every year we heard about Mexican students are having prizes in robotic in different places of the world. Then we thought it was a nice space to put students, that champions, near our students, near the boys and girls, and have real heroes for them.
Excuse me
Yes.
a moment, Veronica, just
Okay.
to see if I understood. There's the initiative was from the government and this association, SOMECE, in 1986, when you first met people
Yes.
that forms this group. And then in 2008, in this meeting, you start to working together. You meet each other again and start to promote these activities. But you didn't have the name Educreativos yet, yes?
No.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Educreativos, because we are an extension of SOMECE.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
we are.
what I want to understand. What is SOMECE and what is the Educreativos?
Yes.
Okay.
All of us
Thank you.
are members of SOMECE. Then we need, in everybody works in different things. Somebody makes conference, and somebody like in Scratch conference.
Yes, I
But-
just want to know how and when you first decided to make this group Educativos.
Yes.
Just
well,
to understand, because it's so many names that,
yes.
okay.
This is the story that why we changed. We met all together to do the things we think we need to do together. Because it's not the same when you are alone doing things. And then this was the moment to do it together, but we are not Educativos name, but we are the same people. And I want to tell you why we change all of these things to invite things, and because it was our idea, no the idea of SOMECE. It was our idea to put all this together. The creative CAPS, the children participated in expert panels, the creative maker workshop with John Galinato, who I met John Galinato in Scratch in Boston, and I invited him to be here with these children and young people in the encounter. And that's why the difference of the others encounters. I want you to see a little of the video. Can we see a little of the video, because you're gonna see something about our work, but not the name Educativos. The name was the encounter of SOMECE. Roberto, ponle el video.
¿Cuál de los dos?
El de primero, el de que está abajo del Colegio Las Hayas. This idea is from Lula and me, the people working together, because for us it's so important to take the people together. The CAPS began here to be part of us. Why? Like a project. Be part of the project using a CAP. Here is Lula with John Galinato. John Galinato was working with us in this encounter. Here you can see children making many things. We have recording everything, and the little teachers are working for first time in this encounter. You're gonna see these little boys with showing how to use Lego, how to make robots, how to work with Scratch. It was with us like a guides, and the little boys doing that. Here we have another young people from schools. In this place, we can show those two guys, magnificent guys, who was the winners in the robotic champion of league of those little robots. And we want to put them together with the children, because with the children they can find the root of what are the Mexican students doing. They made, with John Galinato, the workshop of makers and creative things. And what are they doing there to put all this together in one place? Here we are using a puppet, because we love to use puppets to introduce the children and to make introduce. Here, John Galinato was a very nice thing in our project, because he is working his workshop with students from different places in the world in a hangout, in a video conference. The Lula students were the translators of what are they saying to the boys who and girls who cannot speak in English. The use are things we love to do to you. is to how we can represent everything. Here are Hugo and Luis showing, and we want to have something to wear with all the firms, all the signatures in their groups. Here is the president, the first president of SOMESE, and he took the workshop with the children. This is so amazing. And the governor of the state, he stayed with the children when he make the presentation of the symposium, because this encounter is inside the symposium of SOMESE. You see, Las Hayas, SOMESE 2008, 2008. Well, that's why I want you to show that video. Pues vamos a pasar a la otra.
Sí, a ver dónde quedó la presentación.
Sí, and that's why I want you to show, no, ya quitamos los videos, y show you the video of why we have the difference in this new experience. La que sigue. Okay, they are the pictures of the things you saw. Vamos a pasarlas rápido. Collective participation in activities. Little teachers working with all the people who build it yourself. John Galinato's workshop in video conference and in presential. Creative maker workshops. The Lego workshop with little kids, and the workshops for library coaches all together. This was amazing. The robotic Mexican champions sharing with the kids. We want to show who are those boys, sharing with the others, and everybody is important in our encounter. Everybody is important. It's the meaning of this. And we start with the creative caps in our projects. Everybody doing projects in their caps, because we have the same cap, but there's different projects, because everybody could draw as they want. And here in the left, you can see the first president of SOMESE and the governor of el state of Veracruz in the same place all together. Then we start Scratch Day Mexico in 2009. Even as SOMESE, we are in 2009. We start with Scratch Day as SOMESE equipment. Yes, tell me. You want to say something, Eloisa? Well, in that Scratch Day, we have a great educational event that supports conventional thinking comprehensively, where we can share our experience with our community of all ages, the place where we combine art, creativity, imagination, music, puppets, painting, games, friendship, and coding. It was, and I'm going to show you the posters of every Scratch Day by the years. And the first and the left, we have the first one, the second, the 2011, 2012. Most of them were in Las Hayas, but in Jalapa, Veracruz, the 2015. And in 2015, we start using Scratch with a theme. And we call the Scratch Day on 2015 like the adventure of life. And everything was around the adventure of life. The second, la que sigue, is 2016 and 2017. We have in 2016, the theme was Imagine, and in the 10th anniversary of Scratch Day, our theme was Connects. Those last years was we made Scratch Day in museums, and we start Scratch Day like Educativos in 2013, because we found this group in 2012, but we want to work with our own objectives. We are part of SOMESE, but we want to work with more liberty. These are some links. You're going to have it to see what did we do in our different Scratch days. You're going to have it, some of them. I don't know if we have a little time to see someone, or you can see it by yourself. What do you think, Eloisa? But we have photos here. Here you can see Roberto. He is a very, very nice puppet teacher. He made scratch puppets with the little one. And we made some exercises and some games with all our participants using that kind of sprites, big sprites for make our games. Lo que sigue. In the left photograph, you can see one of the persons who all of us need. It's the principal of Colegio Las Hayas. And Toby is one of the arms of Educativos, because she is always hugging us, and she lets us to have liberty in her school to make all these activities. We can you can see in every Scratch Day we have different tabs. Okay. In this one, all of these photographs we took in the museum of Children's Museum, and we have in the same space the museum brought us in the same space different workshops like this Makey or every workshop, but we are all together, no walls nor nothing. We can play, we can work all together. Every workshop, every coach with their people. But it was an amazing what we can do, because we can enjoy everything and we can see everything, what's happening in the same place. You can see here.
Excuse me, Veronica.
Yes.
I see that your group has grown very fast. You have a big group and many events that you have promoted. And I'm wondering how did you spread the word? How do you organize these events to get so we can see a lot of people working beautiful?
Well, I think
big spaces. So how did you do that? Because we need to learn this from you. Okay.
You can see in this one, in this first photograph you are seeing in the left, the man with the gray shirt, he is Antonio Quirarte. He is the Makers CEO of Mexico Makers, and he was the key to go to the museum, because in the Children's Museum was a huge exposition about makers, and he was the key. I think the best thing to do things like that is to have the people who has the keys. The keys to have to bring us the spaces, or to bring us the people who's going to work with us in the same I said side by side, because I think the meaning is every one of us has his own group, and we put all the groups together when we make a Scratch Day. And then that's why I think we are a big Scratch family. And and somebody could have somebody who could bring us that kind of things. The last, déjame regresar a la anterior, and this big Scratch family, that's what we ¿cómo diríamos, Lula? Que nos hicimos fuerte. We empower us.
Well, I think that getting all of us together in one common idea is the part that has made us strong, and that lets us find new friends and new leaders that can help us to make the Scratch Day a bigger one, or not a bigger one, but a more workshops, more people attending, more people interested, for example.
Yes, I see, because I know you use Scratch. You have been doing a lot of Scratch, organizing a lot of Scratch, but I think this group is much more than a Scratch.
Yes.
You have, how do you organize? Because you are physically, each one are in a different city, what makes it a little bit complicated. So I think it's a lot of work to do that. I know how difficult it's to organize a small Scratch in your own city. So how to spread this word in your city and put together and bring the children from other places, everything. I think it's a lot of work, isn't it?
Veronica, can I tell them about the little teachers?
Yes, please.
Well, one of the key elements here is the project called the Little Teachers. The Little Teachers, well, we founded this idea in 2008, and since then we have reproduced more Little Teachers. So what happens is that the parents are very excited every year to know where the Little Teachers are going to teach. In the picture to your left, you see two little ones up front. The one that is doing this side, this symbol, she's Sophia, and the one beside her is Memo. Those are the youngest Little Teachers. They taught Scratch Junior to the adults and to the children. How can you do that? They learn from the bigger ones, and they transmit the knowledge. And the parents are so excited that they take the students, well, they take their sons that are little, and daughters that are Little Teachers, any place we tell them. So we can go to Puebla, we can go to Mexico City, and we're like a pack, and we go everywhere Veronica tells us, and that's how we build a lot of people working, a lot of people making us synergy, and also Roberto leads part of the Little Teachers, and we are all like like a family. So the family moves wherever we are called once a year or twice sometimes, because we also celebrating the Arduino Day since 3 years ago.
And Lula said something. It's why the educativos are different of the others, because educativos try to put all the family together, because in the world we are not apart. We have the grandmas, we have the uncles, we have the children, we have the parents, and every one of us in educativos, Roberto, Yolanda, put their own experience, their own abilities in this objective, in this common objective, because sometimes Marina, she works in the Polytechnic, and she can find people who wants to invite us to make projects. Or sometimes Leticia and the university make this the same for us. Or Yolanda has written almost 60 books about how to teach with using technology or not using technology. She's a splendid teacher, and she has a lot of books, and she has a lot of people who follow her in different places in Mexico. And then they invited us to make workshops with them, because we have maybe the people who has the key to go somewhere. And I think in Mexico we have something like the only thing you need is a friend. But we are here friends, and we are having a lot of friends. Every one of us have a lot of friends who can make this dream possible. We start like SOMESE. We are part of SOMESE, but we try to have our own identity like a team. That's why we changed our name for Educatives, to have more liberty. Maybe sometimes if you are in an institution, you need to have all the rules, but here we have our own rules, and that's why I think it's the meaning of our group, of our team. In most of the time, we always use this cap, and then they know we are like a team, because everybody looks around of us. You saw in Scratch conference in Boston, everybody knows we are together. I'm going to show you not only Scratch project. I'm going to show you another project with the Polytechnic. Roberto, pásame a la otra. In this seminar, we were part of the COSENDI seminar. This seminar was to train nursery staff in the application of teaching strategies where they use technological tools in new learning environments. In this seminar, we worked around with 5 nursery places, and all the personnel of those nurseries, from the principal to the woman who makes the food. We were working with them all together, because they need to know what's happening with technology, with and how they could do it with the littles. Here in this place, we are in the Polytechnic place. COSENDI is the place who are the rector of that nurseries. There are public nurseries for the people who works in the Polytechnic. They took their little children from 3 months to 6 years, and we start doing many things with them, like a Scratch, makey, science, how to use the science. We make a lot of materials like with them to showing how to share new learnings and how to make new environments for the little children. We have now a team with those girls who took the seminar, and they are two or three of them are part of our group now. La otra, Robert. We are making courses everywhere. And you can see in the left, we made a course just 1 month ago to SOMESE. SOMESE is the society, and they invited us to make a course but not but like a team, like Educativos. You saw in the blue shirts, we are in the Arduinos day, and we work with them using Arduinos and using another things, but always wearing our shirts and always wearing our caps. And in that, yes.
You said that you use it to offer courses for preparing teachers and other persons. Yes. I'd like to know how long are this course, how many days, hours it takes, and what is the frequency that you do this course? How and in which cities? How is that? Could you please explain this a little better?
Okay. Pero, I suggest that you open the program from this year, so that while you're describing our friends, our activities, they can picture more or less how we organize everything.
Del programa de Scratch.
So Roberto, maybe you could open your website, your Google site website, so that you can.
Could you explain a little bit about it?
Okay, let me show you the.
We can read the link later, please.
You see the photograph of the left. The photograph of the left, where is Lula with the little teachers. We are in Casa Telmex. Casa Telmex. Telmex is the huge industry of telephony and in Mexico, and they have places they call Casa Telmex, o sea, Telmex house, to bring some courses there. They are free, and they invited us to work with them. Most of our courses are free. Most of the courses are made with people who need something to know. We know. I think the real importance of this group is we are in different levels, we are in different institutions. That's why we can know people who can help us. And Lula says, if we show you the last program of Scratch Day, in that program we have conference, not only from Scratch, we have conference, we have workshops. We love to have art workshops. ¿Está tu perrito, Lula? Suena tu perro.
Ah, sí, quítalo.
And we have different courses with different times. It's like now Roberto and Marina and Leticia went to Panama only for 3 days. They need a course, but only for 3 days, because most of the institution couldn't have all the people who wants the courses together for a long time. That's why sometimes we made courses for 3 days, and we stay in touch with them by virtual, and this is better for the institutions and better for us, because we don't need to be in fact in that place. And in Panama, they were only 3 days, but we are in touch, and they want to come to Mexico our Stress Day to know more about how we and how they can do that in other places. Other conversations, I told you, we have a lot of friends in all the Latin America, because SOMESE was too strong. When they made courses, they made seminars and diplomats for people from different places from Latin America, and they came to Mexico, and we met all that people. That's why we are strong in this, because some of us works in institutions who provide us to the money to have those people with us, like the children from all around the states of Mexico. The Mexican Society of Science pay them for those things. Or sometimes we can invite somebody, like Mitch Resnick was invited to our symposium in 2008. And Mitch Resnick was invited by Casa Telmex, because Casa Telmex is strong in money. And that's why we need to look the ways to try to take the people who we need to our conference, people like Anders, people like Simon, people like Eloise. Sometimes we could invite it if we use the university, if we resources, or if we use the polytechnic resources, or if we use some other institutions, formal institutions. I think the meaning of all that strength is because we have a net, a big net to do that. I think that's why. Well, in SOMESE Cuernavaca, we invite this magnificent man. Enséñanos Roberto. In SOMESE Cuernavaca, we invite Seymour Papert to SOMESE symposium. He said the role of the teacher is to create the conditions for innovation rather than provide ready-made knowledge. And you can see I am embracing Seymour Papert because I met him in one of our symposiums. This is I think the best thing we can have to know these people, not only by a video. We met these people in our symposiums, in our person, in person. And
when did you met? When did you met? 2015.
To Papert, it was. No, I think it was. ¿Recuerdas, Roberto, cuándo fue en Cuernavaca?
En 1998.
1998. 1998.
Almost 20 years.
No, it was 1998. It was 2001.
Or 2001, no? But
yes, because 1998, no, it was 2001, 2002, something like that.
Because one of the things is to make these symposiums, we change the state. We are rolling the places. And then we are not, now we made a Scratch Day in Jalapa because we have Lula, we have the Las Hayas, and we have all the people who works arm by side by side with us. But in the Congress of SOMESE, we changed the state and we changed the university to the purpose is to invite all the teachers of those states who can go to Mexico or who can go to another place, because Mexico is so big. Then if you need to move, you need resources. But if we make the event in your own state, is less difficult. And that's why we change SOMESE in different places of all around our country. Yeah, I think okay, do that. Tell.
I think I know what Eloisa is asking about. How do we organize the timing of the workshops? Yeah, what we do is we make a collaborative system in such a way that all the workshops happen at the same time. And then when you finish that workshop, you rotate, collaboratively speaking, into another workshop, and they happen also at the same time. So that way everybody is having workshops and receiving information and training, and everybody has something to do. Of course, if we have 10 workshops, maybe you will be able only to attend to 3 or 4 during the whole day. But at least 2 workshops can work for you, and as you rotate. And what we do is everybody is posted in one of the positions, and it's ready to teach that workshop. For example, we do 1.0 and Scratch, for example. And then another workshop at the same time is teaching Makey. And that way, so we rotate. And we organize everybody at least to have one workshop and then an extra one, at least. Maybe that can explain.
We can hear you.
Okay.
And
maybe that could explain the way we make the most out of it, out of the day.
Okay, during the day you can rotate the groups in different activities, so everybody has opportunity to participate in every workshop. Am I right?
Almost. Yes, okay. Almost. So just move.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And
it's good to understand the details, because when we organize, we face this kind of problems. So these details are, I think, is important for us. Thank you very much.
And Roberto, no se ve nada. And
no, ya lo.
Okay, and I think another. Can you see me? Okay.
Ya dejé de compartir, pero.
Okay, and I think another thing is in the symposiums, we're making the same. You can look for different keynotes, and you can look for different workshops, and there are panels all together, and there are conferences all together. And I think even if are only 3 days of these encounters, of these symposiums, Scratch Day, sometimes we made it in 1.5 days. because we made a conference one on Friday in afternoon, and all workshops all day long on Saturday. Most of us works free and with our own resources. Sometimes the people said, "How are you doing so things?" And I'm going to tell you something. The caps are. It was we began to use this for the projects, but we see this kind of things. It is something who the people wants to have. Then we sell them the caps, and we put all the staff to make their own caps, and with this little thing, we have a little money to buy materials. We never thought about.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Veronica, some of us have to leave.
Yes.
Because
okay.
We are finishing our time, and I wouldn't like to let the people go in or out without saying to finish, to celebrating our session. So I would like to say that is an amazing experience. It was to have you today and your friends talking about your experience with Educreativos. I think we should have other presentations to explain, because you have a lot of material information. I think it's really great, your work. I'm very fan of you. And fortunately, it's Christmas time. No, fortunately, it's Christmas time. But I'd like to thank you very much. And I also would like to share our Scratch project.
Yes.
Although I don't know, it's not working in your file. So
don't worry.
We can remix it. I'm going to share with you, and then everybody can remix it and add other scratches and make something on it. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm sorry that Anders has already left. He has been participating all the year with us, and working and helping a lot to make this sessions, these meetings come true.
Yes.
So I'd like to say hi, Someone King. Someone King is here. It's very late for him tonight. And I want to say that I'm so happy, so proud to having you as friends and colleagues, peers, collaborators. I think it's about 1 year of sharing and meeting each other and make people, amazing people, meeting each other around the world. It's a very, very important group. Oh, and now Susan in the car.
Yeah.
Yes, Susan, hi. We are about finishing. Unfortunately, Anders has just left because everybody is in a hurry in this time of the year. But what I am saying, that I'm so happy, so proud of having all of you together. We are completing 1 year of weekly sessions and sharing and experience, put people together. And thank you to everyone, and I hope we can make it grow and stronger, because what I believe is that good people has to stick together to make this place, this world, a better place, a little bit better place. So
Yes.
all of you are very special persons I met, and I know that I have a big, big heart, because although we have intelligence, we have technology, without heart, without soul, it's nothing. Okay? Thank you. Merry Christmas. And now, let's say each one can say some greeting messages. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know if Simon has a question or somebody, or Kay can wrote it.
I have no question, but I just want to say this year has been amazing. I've learned a lot from everybody. We've done so much work together. And Veronica, thanks for sharing today.
We can't hear you, Simon. I can't hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me? Hello?
Now you're back. Yes, please go on.
Hearing it already. To see the work that we are doing. Veronica, I like the idea of the features that you're using, and I think that's something I look forward to learning. So, how you get. Thank you.
I want to say something. This team are always enjoying the things we do, and we are always playing, and we are always being like children. I think it's the best thing in this team. We are always enjoying and playing, and we are peers. We are collaborators, and we love to have another peers like you, like all of you. Thank you for be with us.
It really wasn't working. I'll watch the video and post questions later.
And you should come for the next Scratch Day here to Mexico, or you can help us. You can teach any workshop, and we can be your facilitators down here, and you can teach them from your places, as we do with John Gallinat. John teaches from Boston, so you can be with us this year.
In May, everybody's going to Mexico, doing a big party. Okay, thanks for the invitation. Okay, let's say goodbye. Let's finish, people. I'm sorry to say that. Someone King, would you like to say something, please? Someone King.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm busy to prepare a Christmas service. Yeah. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah. I'm very pleased to know all of you and this exciting group and active groups. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, thank you, everybody. And I'm going to, oh, it's cute, Flula. I'm going to share the project with the avatars. And please, you can send me, those who hadn't time, Veronica, your file didn't work yet, sorry. But you can send it again. I put in the same project. Yours also, Mr. Professor Someone King. We are waiting for your avatar. Okay, people, Merry Christmas.
Bye, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Lots of blessings.
Thank you all.
For the season and the year.
I took some notes And we have this tape for the others who couldn't get, like Sandy, Susan. A lot of people are calling me here and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry that I couldn't participate in," but we have the video. And next year, soon we have another session. So let's keep on doing it. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Veronica. Congratulations. Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy the holidays.
Bonitas fiestas.
Listo.
Oh,
Hi, Anders. I'm sorry. Hello.